Good afternoon, good evening. Welcome guys to YAHUSHA face. Today we got a nice video for you. We're gonna talk about Job. As you know, Job was one of the person that was having the hardest trial in Old Testament because he lost everything. He was his wealth, he lost his kids, and then he lost his with animals. And then you found out that since the beginning, God said she's gonna use Job as an example that even though you miss everything and then you think bad thing happen, but you believe God is in control and is it always to worship him. This is what I like about the Job story. Whatever you're going through, somebody's doing worse, and the next thing you know, whenever it's happening, go back to God. Don't rely on your own strength, don't rely on your own desire, because you're gonna fail. Rely on God. And we're gonna read the verse 25 to 29, and let's read together. Madder or swifter than a warner, they fly. I totally understand it because he lose a lot of stuff, and then the joy is fun and stuff cannot really feel it because we live on earth. Everything about people spiritual, but we need physical aspect to have a joy. Or I need to see something that will put us on good mood. Our mouth needs to say something that make us in good energy, or lips, or to say something that give you push. Why you say glimpse of joy? The joy can be anything in life. It can be a sound, it can be the sunshine, it can be a of a feather, it can be anything. And the next thing you know, he find no joy because he lost a lot. He's not focused on anything else. He focus on his sorrow, and then the sorrow you focus on is gonna determine how your day going through. And he said they skim past like boats and papyrus like eagles swooping down on their prey. So basically, he said that it's like they snap away from, for the joy is snap away from him, because when the eagle is on the prey, it's like they snatch it. So basically, in a blink of a second, you see and you don't see it, and you see the claws from the eagle already scratch that prey, and that prey already injured. That's how he sees life. I totally understand why he going through, because he went through a lot, and I admire him. If I say I will forget my complaint, I will change my expression and smile. Well, this thing about forget. Remember I said the last time, forget, you know the word forget when you lose something, or when you lose, almost like I said, when you lose someone. This is the same thing Job feel like when he lose his kids. This is the word he forget. Forget is a time when you lose something. I've been telling you, you're never gonna forget without losing anything. If you lose someone close to you, or animals close to you, or dear to you, or something like that. For example, you had made a decision to move to another city, move to another state, relocate it, and find another job, and then restart your life all over again. It's gonna be hard at the beginning, but after a while, you're gonna forget the feeling. You're gonna forget why you went there. You're gonna forget, or you're gonna, and not why you went there. You're gonna forget the why it was so harsh for you to make decision. And then that's why uh, um um a Job was complaining about, he all his joys was gone, because at the end of the day, his wife was complaining about his head, his kids is die, and then his animals die. And the next thing you know, his kids was his friend was talking bad about him. He told him to deny God and accept death. But at the end of the day, God controlled his tongue. This is the beauty of God. God controlled his tongue, and do not let him say something that's inappropriate. People say, "Oh, why you tongue also nasty?" Because at the end of the day, God control your tongue. Nothing happened like nothing happened. He knows it. He knows your thought. He knows the answer to your prayer. He knows everything before he says so. Because God lives in eternity, doesn't live on time. That's me already know eternal which word you're gonna say and how you're gonna think. But the thing of the matter is your decision. This is your decision. God have a million way to bring you to faith, but your decision gonna let you decided which path God's gonna use, because at the end of the day you live in time, God is in eternity, and every decision you make God had to make another route, God has to make another plan that had already provided another plan for you to come to the faith or to rescue you, because the battle is not lost until you die. You're still on the battle if you're living, even though you are broken hearted, somebody break up with you, and somebody you're expecting something didn't come through, even though you go to a fight, for example, you lose a fight, you lose your home, you lose your job, you financial struggle, God is always gonna provide for you. He's gonna open the heaven for you. Sometimes He wants you to go to tribulation and all that, to know the value of pain, because people don't call out to God most likely when they are joyful. Job did that. Job every morning, even though he's happy, he goes suffering. He got a suffering for his kids, offering for his kids and for himself. This sin every day, every week. He forgot to forgive. But even though you don't, God let those happen. That's what I'm telling you. So even though you do not let this thing happen for His glory, and the next thing you know, you get stronger to God. But at the end of the day, you gotta focus on Him, because a lot of people sometimes they have meet on a bad friend, bad family member, bad husband, bad wife, bad lover, bad neighbor, bad stuff, bad teachers, and so on and so forth. But God, you gonna use it to sharpen you, because at the end of the day, the stuff is for you to go to heaven, not stay on earth. The more you live on earth, the less you realize that there's no really joy on earth. The pure joy is on heaven. The pure side of heaven. Heaven is the beautiest thing ever. But earth is temporary. Your joy is temporary. Suffering is always gonna be there at one point, because after you get all the joy, when you come down, you're suffering. Many people go to hardship, many people go to cry out, many people is crying, many people is sad. But at the end of the day, you gotta come to Christ. You gotta come to Christ, and God's able to give you the joy you desire, the peace you desire, and then fulfill your heart. There's nothing on earth that can fulfill you. All this thing is gonna be gone. Even your body gonna be gone. Your spirit gonna be there. That's why you need to feed your spirit. Don't feed your spirit with bad stuff, with bad news. Don't feed your spirit with bad company. Don't feed yourself with bad images. Don't feed your spirit with bad stuff. Go and feed yourself with worship. That's to say worship, praise, read your Bible day and night. Because when you choose day, you start with God. When you finish the day, you finish with God, because God is there. At that time, you go to worship, you go to fasting, you go to pray, and then God is always in your mind. So at this point, the devil has no space for you for him to come and conquer to attack you, because your all energy is focused on Christ. And Job did that. And Job did that in so many levels. And then that's even though he went down, he was crying, he was cursing, his day was a birth, but the guy come and rescue him. Because at one point, any point in our life, we're gonna have a low or still the low. We're gonna fall for the bottom. And it is the exact time what you're gonna do. Are you gonna rely on your strength because you don't have no strength? Are you gonna rely on God? Because this time that the devil gonna come and give the dirtiest and nasty or the harsh truth in your life. Because the friend told him, "Why don't you die and then go to and then go to hell? Because now the God is punishing you. Curse God and die." This is where the devil come. Remember when Jesus was in the desert? They want the stone to turn to bread. When you're on the most downfall, you become more vulnerable, and this is the time the devil come. It's just time most likely you're gonna listen to the devil, and most likely you're gonna be to your fall. That's why you need to focus on Christ, because when you cry out to God, when you worship, when you singing, when you praise Him, and when those time come, you already have provision to fight those time. That's how most people commit suicide, because back in the day when they were happy, they didn't have real foundation on God. They, even though they do, but the thing is, they when they were very down, they choose to listen to the voice of the devil instead of God. Because regardless what we do, we're gonna fall somehow. It just If is when we fall. When we fall is this all the time that you realize who is truly your master, who you really gonna rely on. I know it's gonna be hard. I know you it's gonna be like, oh, why you want this, why you want that. But at this day, God is faithful. That's your pain. He cried with you. You gotta believe in him. And this is the worst part about it. When you was on the worst time possible, God feel like he's not here. The reason you don't feel like God is that because God is carrying you. And people don't feel that the burden inside of them because they feel like the burden is all on them. God, no, no. God will never give you something that you cannot comprehend, or his burden is too high for you. You have to make the choice for you. Are you gonna follow through? Are you gonna go through him, or are you gonna go somewhere else? And then once you go somewhere else, you are demise. And if God really want to save you, he gonna block you in your plan. But first, you gotta make sure your name is in the book of life. I've been telling you guys since the beginning of time, Jesus was died, his blood was shed. Everyone that was meant to be saved is already written in the book of life. Every day when you pray God, put my name on the book of life and make sure my name stay there all the rest of my life. And I keep saying that, God, I'm going through a life of my life. Make sure write my name on the book of life. Keep my name there, my kids' name, my family name, my neighbor name, God, the loved one, the people I love, my loved one, God, put them and keep them on the book of life. Because once your name is cast on the book of life, it's over. No matter what you do, where you go, you can serve God for all your life. But before you die, or the moment the time come, you did something and you die in your sin and you lost forever. That's why you need to pray to God for your name to be in the book of life. Job's name was the book of life. That's why when we go to Saul, when they curse him, and then God bless him, and then God able to rise him up. And God used an example because his name was the book of life. Nothing happened by coincidence. That's what I'm telling you. The whole thing when Jesus was praying and Jesus said, God, wherever you give it to me, I will not lose no one, none. Make sure God pick you and give it to Jesus. Because if he doesn't, you already lost. That's why when you preach to other people, they cannot listen, they cannot hear, they cannot comprehend because God the Father, they put their hands on them, they put their hands on you, and then you're in charge of your life, and God will be able to save you from it. God's love you very much. And Job is a perfect example. When sorrow come, tribulation come, and hardship come, what you gonna do? I know for a moment you're gonna rely, focus on the trouble, and then you're gonna blame God, curse God, or everybody. But at the end of the day, come to Him. Even Elijah, he was the greatest prophet, and then when he met Jezebel, she was furious. And the next thing you know, what God do? Well, God sent him to the desert, and next thing you know, God put him to sleep. When you are frustrated and vulnerable, all you need is a good time sleep, and God gonna be able to fix everything else. From the beginning, when Adam has worried about, or when you see all the animals, and the next thing you know, he look at the animals, they appear, and Adam was alone. He feels sorrow and sad. He cannot express himself, but God always know, understand the feeling. Well, the first thing God do, He put him to sleep. That's the only time I heard in the Old Testament from the garden where Adam slept. After that, I didn't hear that. I never hear that after that. Even after Adam eat the fruit, they never. The Bible didn't say that they went to sleep. They went hiding but not sleeping. All you need to do is go to cry, God, express your feeling, and then go to sleep. When you wake up, God gonna be with you, your strength, your energy. David understand that. And that's why David always cried to God, whatever going on wrong with your life, because he knows that he's out of strength. And then going to good God gonna put him to sleep, put his spirit at rest, and then give him strength for the adversary ahead. Don't take your um don't do it. It's gonna end up a failure. Ask God for guidance first. Pray, fast, and be able to help you and guide you. And thank you guys for the new subscriber. I appreciate it. Share this out new, share it. And my goal is to 2,000 this year. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. And I see you guys in the next one. Pray for me. I pray for you. Thank you guys.